Today we're going to discuss bad sleeping habits. I'm very excited to discuss this because we've just had to go through a whole session of sleep training with our 3-year-old little girl. Bailey was allowed to sleep in the bed, and Paul and I spoke about it when I was pregnant, and saying that she would never be allowed to sleep in the bed, and we would never invite her into the bed because it creates a bad routine. Well, we didn't know what to expect, and of course when she came along, that's the first thing we did. So ever since then, she was able to go to sleep in her own bed if I lay with her, and then at about 2-3 o'clock in the morning she would walk into our bed and we would let her come into the bed, which was probably a bad thing altogether. So we decided that when it came time to move house, we would set in a new routine for her, and we did three steps basically to get her to fall asleep by herself and to be able to sleep through the night in her own bed. And there were a lot of contributing factors as well, but these are the things that worked for us. Please feel free to subscribe and put comments below if there's something else that helped you, or if you've tried this and it doesn't work, maybe we could figure out something that could work for you. So the first thing we did is we prepared Bailey for the sleep training. So the weekend before, we told her, you are a big girl, you like your friends, you like your cousin, you can sleep all by yourself, and we want to see you sleep by yourself, and get excited about it with her, because she was very dependent on me falling asleep with her, which took a toll in my relationship with my husband, because I would fall asleep with her, wake up, be so exhausted, and go straight to bed. It actually got to an embarrassing stage where we had friends over, and I would fall asleep with her, the friends would leave, and I would still be sleeping with her. So luckily they were understanding friends. But yeah, so we prepared her, we kept on reinforcing that she's a big girl and now she can sleep in her own bed. So it took about 2 or 3 days to prepare her for that, but I think also it was good because it kind of prepared me. Falling asleep with Bailey was not only just because I had to do it so she could sleep, it was also my time to bond with her, which sounds ridiculous, but working full day, coming home, making supper, bathing, there's not much time for me to bond with her. So us falling asleep together and giggling, and that was special time. So yeah, that's the first step. We prepared her. The second step is we started exactly when we said we were going to start. And because falling asleep and being dependent on that routine for so long, we had to kind of ease our way into it. So when the Monday came, we said to her, right, now you're a big girl, you can fall asleep by yourself, and mommy promises to check up on her. That is probably the one thing that gave her the security to be able to fall asleep by herself. I said to her, I'll come and check up on you in 5 minutes. In the beginning, I think it was actually 3 minutes. And then, so I would check up on her every 3 minutes. And she was still awake for the first 3 or 4 days. But then she slowly, it was 3 minutes, and then we increased it to 5 minutes. So I think the second step is to create a time frame for yourselves, to be able to give yourself that deadline, that this is when we have to start, and stick with it, because they also are depending on you to be able to enforce those new routines and new rules. And then the third thing was, sometimes the third thing is to not break the routine, but to be a little bit lenient. So there would be some days where I now read a book with her and she says, "Mommy, can you sit with me for 5 minutes?" And I would sit with her, not for 5 minutes, but I would say, "No, I can sit with you for 1 minute." And that's exactly how we broke that bad sleeping habit. Now I've got time, tell her to go to bed, give her a kiss goodnight. Sometimes I sit with her for 1 minute, 2 minutes, sometimes I don't have to. I think also the one contributing factor is that she started in a higher level group in school, and they don't have naps during the day. Now, Bailey's turning 4 in August, and she really enjoyed her naps during the day, but there are a lot of kids in her class who don't need the nap and are going to bed at 7 o'clock. So that might be something to look at with regards to if you want to start a new routine. And I remember thinking, all these families, how did they get it right? How did they not let their child sleep in their bed with them? But my husband and I kept on saying, does a lion sleep without her cubs? So don't put so much pressure on yourselves. Remember that you are a family and this is your little one, and they feel secure in your bed. They feel secure with you. So don't put pressure on yourselves. We did try the whole sleep training and not in our beds when she was about 1.5, 2, and that was just a fight after fight after fight. So if you are dealing with that, maybe give it some time, stick to what they are comfortable with, and then later when they're ready, they will be able to do the things that you're expecting of them. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to hear your thoughts and what also worked for you. Please comment below, and if you have any other topics that you would like me to discuss, please also list them in the comment section below. And I really hope you have a fabulous day, and yeah, see you soon. Bye.